There we go. Live now. No intros, no fancy TV spots, no VHS adverts. Just Terence McGuana.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Indeed. I see what you did there. But welcome, Terence. How are you?
Very well. Good to see you, Gareth. Been a while.
Yeah. What did we do last?
Smokey the Bandit Part 3.
Of course.
Yeah.
That wasn't terrible.
You know, which part of that is still, as we discussed, is still locked up in a vault somewhere. So how appropriate we talk about another movie off the shelf, right? So to speak. But yeah, I mean, it's quite remarkable, isn't it, that such a big franchise was just made to secure the rights so they could kind of embarrass Marvel, so to speak.
Yeah, very odd.
You know, it's just
only one or two people in the world knew the truth. Apparently.
Yeah, and yeah, but if you want to make a film quick and cheap, Roger Corman's your man. And this movie is testament to that. And what I've got to say, in all honesty, if this was a TV pilot in 1994, I would watch the next episode.
Yes.
Right? Compared to other TV pilots that were at the time, even though this was allegedly made for the theater, that was what they were originally planning. It's going to go to like 500 screens or something. And that's what they were told. The actors were like, "Woo, we're going to be stars. We're the Fantastic Four."
They all had their hopes set. Like no one knew that. None of the cast or crew knew.
No, but I'm not sure about the director. I don't trust him. I think he was in on it, even on the film, the documentary Doomed, which is on YouTube for free, by the way,
I saw that earlier.
Or on Tubi. In the UK, Tubi, I know that for sure. I know we don't have the same collection as the States for some reason.
Same with all the streaming services, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, Matt. Daddy wants to get his rocks off.
Excellent.
Hello, Anthony. Happy birthday for your coming up birthday. Hi, Josh. Hello, Luke. He hasn't commented on my channel for a few months, or have commented. No, naughty. There is the film. The link is it's free on YouTube. It's only 90 minutes of your time, and it's well worth it. I would say this is probably the best Fantastic Four movie so far.
Yeah. It's the most faithful, especially for the Doctor Doom character, right? Even though, even though like every line is like, because they didn't even bother to loop his dialogue. They were just like, get the movie done, right? Give us the money, bye. Right?
Yes, they all thought they'd come back for the ADR, they'd all come back to see the special effects, the premiere, or anything, but unfortunately not.
Yeah, go get another job.
Hello, Andy.
Because they were even, when the movie was coming out, the cast were taking it upon themselves to go to San Diego Comic-Con and all that. And like, oh, we're going to sell this movie.
Yes.
You know, they were really, and they said they put some of their own money into it to get it certain effect shots done and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which were terrible, but it got the movie finished.
Hello, Dino. It's clobbering time. Yes. Take a shot every time he says that.
Savoy. I agree, Savoy. Or cursed in some other way.
That is true. Hey, Patrick's clobbering time for him.
Your man the other night, Rider Rated, I need to catch up with him. He's like, is he still drinking?
Right. Hang on. Let's press play on here. There we go. Right. That should be playing on the little screen. Right. There we go. I'll play on here. A Roger Corman film. Quality. Don't forget Jurassic Park. Carnosaur is where it's at. It's
from the same sets that they used in Carnosaur comes the Fantastic Four. Have you seen Carnosaur? Roger Corman?
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
It is quite fun. The second, I think it's Carnosaur 2, isn't it? That's the Aliens rip-off.
Yeah.
It just follows the same plot as Aliens. And I think some of these shots are from Battle Beyond the Stars as well, which is using 90% of Corman films. But Ian Trigger's in this. But Alex Hyde White, who was in Biggles.
Oh, that's right, Biggles. That's what I recognised him from. He was also in an episode of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, the second season, which also included his father as a character in it.
The second season, yes.
In the second season of Buck Rogers.
That's who I was trying to do an impression of earlier, but failing because it wasn't obvious.
But the other dude, the Doctor Doom in this, Joseph Culp, is it Robert Culp, is his dad? So they've both got that in common, these two actors that have, nepotism. Just like,
so yeah, he left. Yeah. When was the 7th Police Academy film? Was it after this or before this? Special effects by Mr. Film.
Yeah, this was between 6 and 7.
Right.
Yeah, he must have just been like in to see Roger and sit and have a coffee with him. They said, "You put me in a scene," I just don't see the purpose of him being in it at all.
Well, no, yeah, he's of all the people, he's been in what, just like 6 Police Academy films.
Of all the recognizable faces, he's been in blockbuster movies. The Police Academy movies cleaned up back in the day,
Yeah, I didn't recognize him until he spoke. As soon as he spoke, so there are many, many wonderful things.
The score in this isn't too bad. The trouble is they've only got like 2 pieces of music, and they play them over. They sort of, here's the slow version, here's the sort of superhero theme, and that's all they play throughout the movie, and it gets really annoying because it's like it's like, come on, try another cue here,
Yeah, it's one of the. We were lucky to get a complete movie. All the people who worked on this film worked on it in secret after they'd finished filming it. They'd edit it at night and after doing other work and all sorts of the special effects. They paid for them themselves, like you said. And
I think that's what we underestimate, but is how much of a filmmaker was Stan Lee, because Stan Lee was on the set for a lot of these things as well. And he would have been, he must have been so pissed off when he saw how cheap this looked being on the set, right? And but all that stuff, the Incredible Hulk TV show, he didn't like the fact that his name was changed from Bruce Banner to David Bruce Banner.
What was it? Because Bruce Banner sounded gay, according to this. We want kids to watch Incredible Hulk, not Cruising.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Savoy doesn't think I've ever seen someone I'd call a Fantastic Four in real life. There's not. Well, I guess fans of the comics is about it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but I mean, this movie's got its problems, but it is faithful. But I wish they'd done away with that jeweler character, though.
It was supposed to be Mole Man. It doesn't explain who he is for the whole movie.
Yeah, he just somehow knows Doctor Doom, and everybody does, I suppose. Though we've all got him on speed dial. I suppose those days there'd be a Rolodex. Got a Rolodex with Doctor Doom's name on it.
Yeah, they didn't have the rights to Mole Man, so they created this new character called the Jeweler, who does exactly the same things the Mole Man does. But apart from he has the diamond that they need. Yes. No, this is this is better
some of this
coming up.
Some of the shots and the scenes, the way they're cut together, I wouldn't say there was like heaps of like boom mics and continuity mistakes and stuff. No. These scenes hang together quite well.
If you name other Roger Corman films, like we did Carnosaur or what was it?
Yeah.
Deep Star 6. Those were made on a real budget. But this is, look, like you said, the camera work, even the picture quality and everything.
Yeah, it's never been remastered, but I mean, this is as good as
this is back a VHS copy, allegedly back in the day that someone's remastered.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's in the 60s, isn't it? So we shall see. Should be interesting. Was it Vanessa Kirby who's playing Sue Storm? As long as she strips down to her underwear like Jessica Alba did, we'll all be pleased.
Are they just going to drip feed you Doctor Doom, though, or are they going to give you him right up front? You know?
Yeah.
We don't need to see no origin story of the Fantastic Four, right? We know.
No.
I mean, this takes forever. That's
Yeah.
right.
Had technically 2
Let's watch
films.
that. I mean, the stretching in this is amazing.
Yeah, they go into space, they get blasted by Sonic, and then they'll just do like Spider-Man 2 did and just recap in the opening titles.
They do save the best shot for last in this movie. That's what I would say, though, isn't it? It's a big bendy arm at the yeah. That's the best.
Most people have probably seen this on a copy of a copy of a copy VHS that was uploaded years ago, but someone's remastered it. So it is that link does right. You can just search Fantastic Four 1994 full movie on YouTube, but it looks very good on this.
Yeah, it needs a. The thing is, Disney own it, right? Because it was Marvel that bought it. I think it was Avi Arad.
Yeah,
who bought it because he was trying to get an X-Men movie made at the same time. I think he'd already sold the rights to the X-Men to Fox at that point.
Yes,
and then he managed to give them the Fantastic Four as well. So yeah, and this guy was playing him. This guy knew that the producer of this movie knew that he could get Marvel to pay. You know, because it's worth more than $1 million, right? It's definitely worth more than even in 1994 as a property. You know, it's
this would have made $1 million easily in the cinemas, just on name recognition. But yeah, because is this after Captain America?
Yeah, that was like 90 or something.
Yeah, and that's not as good as this.
Where the dude's got plastic ears for some reason. Why can't Captain America have ears?
Yeah. Love Stan Lee, but Kenneth Johnson, pilot for Incredible Hulk, is one of my favorite films, let alone comic books. There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah, you should have listened to him.
Yeah, that's a good one. Remember that back in the day. Ian's, I don't believe those involved thought they were making this to be put in a vault just to keep the rights. Yeah, this was made with love. If not a huge budget, I think it's decent. Exactly. When the people in the commentary talk about it, they all say, we gave it our all. That's why because all they did was film it, and then that was it. No one heard anything else.
I'm Dr. Doom's my guy. Him and the Silver Surfer are my two favorite Marvel
I always like
characters.
Dr. Doom and Spider-Man.
I'm bored with Spider-Man. I'm bored with Spider-Man these days. By those two, and I hope they don't fuck it up. And the thing is, like, Dr. Doom is like, he's hard to do because his face can't be expressive. The great thing about the old Jack Kirby comic strip is it would be like the Spider-Man mask where the eyes would widen and the mouth would get smaller, and whatever expression they would want to put on Dr. Doom's face, they would draw that. Didn't matter. And when you've got someone in the Man in the Iron Mask kind of thing, it totally takes away your performance. You know,
it's all voice, like this. The guy that does it in this.
It's all voice and body movement.
Oh, Christmas.
That's why I was like, when I watched that Mandalorian series, that kind of freaked me out. I was like, man, that guy's walking about like that all the time. You know,
that's stuntman.
You wouldn't feel like you're actually getting the credit for that performance because you're just all in a mask.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, oh no, it's going tits up. Alert, alert. Get out of here. There's music. Do you know what they're trying to do here? Does it? So I couldn't work it out what they're trying to do.
I think my Wi-Fi just went a wee bit bananas there.
Just you freeze a minute. I remember seeing someone making a good point at the end of Disney's Black Hole is like a Fantastic Four film. 2 men, a non-human, and a woman heroes. Yes. I do love Black Hole. Another bomb for Disney back in the day. Ooh. Who's your favorite member of the Fantastic Four?
Johnny Storm. The Human Torch.
See, I only know them from the films.
You only know that. See, I get the first like 10 issues ever. They're the best. Doctor Doom. I remember when Doctor Doom first appears in the Fantastic Four, and they go back in time and they have to fight Blackbeard the pirate. Right. That's the thing. The Fantastic Four is so light. It's like a sitcom comedy. It's not really a superhero comic. I don't think. I know they have to like say like it's clobbering time and they say that stupid shit, but they never really actually fight. There's not a lot of fighting going on in their comics.
No. I appreciate that back then the comic book film heroes were primary colors rather than muted tones, and the action felt kooky like comic book. It's not purely. It was purely fun, not serious drama. Indeed, their costumes in this, especially the astronaut suits, were just fire retardant suits by the look of them.
But this, honestly, if this was on like television back then, on a Saturday afternoon pilot of this, it'd be serviceable. I'd be like, well, I don't feel like I got ripped off.
No, goes through very quickly, this one. Because it's unfinished. They never had a proper edit. They never had reshoots or anything.
Probably no second take. It's just like... Yeah.
I know I defend crap, but I was truly taken aback by how hated the last Fantastic Four film was. If nothing else, it got music by Philip Glass.
I didn't know Philip Glass did the music.
I didn't know Philip Glass. I love Philip Glass. I didn't know he did it.
I haven't seen it. I just heard so much. I've never heard one person recommend it ever.
No, it's one of those.
That's just maybe it'll be my favorite movie, and I'll be that one person.
You go Fantastic Four comics with the main prototypes of the superhero team, of course. It has that 50s to 60s Americana vibe. That's not what many people that's why not many people today are fans, as they are ancient comics now. Well, yeah, this is 30 years old.
Yeah, but they have big ideas. See that whole quantum realm that they had in the
yes.
Ant-Man? I seen that for the first time in a Fantastic Four comic. It was an old one.
Yes.
And it's just all these old ideas. I mean, the Black Panther character came out in the 60s, and they had all that vibranium shit. Then,
now that doesn't look half bad, especially on a bigger screen.
See, the thing is, they can throw in any character into that Fantastic Four. They could put Black Panther, Galactus, Doctor Strange, because the Fantastic Four was that kind of team that would interact with a lot of other comics.
Right.
They would usually appear in like a Spider-Man comic. You'd read a Spider-Man comic. Oh, by the way, there's the Fantastic Four. Just like, you're like, fuck's sake.
Yeah, because there's obviously a lot of stuff that's probably missing from the story here. It just jumps 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
And then you don't know what's going on. Why have they come back to Sue Storm's place? Because these two are going into space now, and they need
it's really
two people in 10 years.
Storm's just always fancied Reed Richards, even when she's a kid. That's really...
He's got the Superman curl as well. But yeah, he was in high school, and then 10 years later, he's got the grey side.
Yeah, it's like comic book accurate grey stripes.
Yeah, it's taken me. I've still hasn't hit me hard as yet.
And with the whitewash, just like.
So yes, that's the Johnny. Who did we say he was in? What was he? Bug in Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. He's the asshole boyfriend in Uncle Buck.
Yeah, I don't recognize him that as Massive Hat. And he was in.
Sure, he's in other stuff as well.
The Invisible Kid. And there was something else that was mentioned. Of course, I've completely forgotten everything already. Because Alex Hyde is the hand of Henry Jones Sr. in Last Crusade. And he was also, he is British as well, or he was born in England.
Well, see, The first time I heard about this was in an Empire magazine in the 90s, and they interviewed the Fantastic Four actors. And at the time, I remember them saying that he looked like Alan Titchmarsh. And when I watched that documentary about this, I thought he looked like Alan Titchmarsh in that as well.
Yeah, he was the boy who could fly and not quite human, and where is it? I said the Invisible Kid.
Yeah, he's probably the worst thing about this movie, though. I would say, is if I had to pick the weakest link out of the four, he's quite a crap Human Torch.
Well, that's a
in my opinion. Wrong. You know,
there's nothing wrong.
If that's your Human Torch, I'm so sorry. Well, there's this character, the jeweler.
Yes,
it's like, let's slow the movie down to a crawl. And
yeah, it's like he's trying to steal his fucking diamonds all the way through it.
Yeah, I would have totally shaved off a few seconds on his
Sue Storm is now doing Hallmark films, Christmas films and stuff.
Cool.
Playing a lot of stuff like that.
It's
going to be a lot of people from the 90s done that now.
Yeah. Respect.
Oh, then we get the blind lady. Ooh, and a git has turned up. Go away, git. Bob's here. Which one's he? Is he the funny one?
The producer of that great Madonna movie. What's it called? Shanghai Surprise.
Shanghai Surprise. I was going to say Hanoi Surprise, but no. That's a different film. I love the Fantastic Four reference in Unbreakable when the Channel 4 News logo was on. It was the Fantastic Four logo. Yeesh. See, I didn't even notice that. I'm so lame. Don't hate me. Reminds me of that Doctor Who joke about the 5 doctors: Baker, Pertwee, Davison, McCoy, and Lazenby. All right. So yes, there's 2 actors playing the thing in this, isn't there? Because unfortunately,
there's one in the suit and
the one in the suit is a foot shorter than the actor that plays the non-thing.
Yeah, when it transforms back to Ben Grimm, that's just so ugly. All her invisible effects are terrible. Although she does get to use the invisible force field. I was like, oh, are they just going to forget that the invisible girl has invisibility, like powers as well?
Yeah.
Because I loved in the cartoon, because it was written in the 60s, the comic, where the Fantastic Four got all this fan mail from these people, and they read out their fan mail in the comic. And all the kids were writing in letters saying they didn't like the Invisible Girl, right? So Reed Richards actually says to you in the comic, pointing at you women are great. They cook our food, they mother us, these great things. Basically Stan Lee just telling off these kids for being sexist bastards. And then what happens next is she started to develop invisible powers. In the next few adventures, that was when she was like, oh, I can actually make things invisible as well. I can levitate stuff. Because that was the thing. They just made her invisible to start with, and it was that was it.
What's she going to do? Just hide?
So when you think about the way people moan about Marvel, now they did it then, right? We don't like the Invisible Girl,
But there we go.
Love Doctor Doom, though. Doctor Doom.
I don't understand how this works. How did making a Fantastic Four film in secret and then never releasing it allow them to keep the rights? So yeah, they just had to make it, but they knew it wouldn't.
They weren't. He was making it to embarrass Marvel, because Marvel were doing a deal with 20th Century Fox for the X-Men, and they wanted them to buy another property as well. They wanted to sell off their stuff because they were in dire straits, right? And what's this guy was like, I'm going to make this Roger Corman version. What do you think? Fuck you. Give me the money.
See
I want
Jimmy.
the money. I'll make a crap Roger Corman version. I keep the rights for now because it's the game that Sony play these days with Madam Web.
Madam Web, yeah.
Madam Web, which is it's not even a movie, It's like it's like let's just stand around and be bored for like hours and just call it that. That is the most. I know, but that's I've had it explained to me, right? What happens in the movie?
I've seen enough of the explanations to know I don't want to see it because it makes no sense. This film's got gaps, but that's because they never finished it. There's no excuse for Madam Web. But yeah, if they the only way they could keep the rights is by making the film, and then of course he got paid off for the film at the end, which was probably his plan all along.
He went to Lloyd Kaufman first, though. He went to Trauma and asked them to make it. So that's how much the guy did not fucking care, and he probably thought that would have been a better thing if he got Trauma, because then he could turn to Avi Arad and go, "Look, Trauma are going to make the Fantastic Four unless you pay up." Right? And they went no. Lloyd Kaufman said no because he felt it would hurt the Trauma brand. Because he would if he tried to make a Fantastic Four film straight up, and also he didn't want to tarnish the Fantastic Four by making it like a Trauma film,
Needs some TNA though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Luke's here. He loves the 2003 film. Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? Because I think I saw that when it came out on my birthday back then. Really good. Yeah, having two actors play the Thing is very consistent with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. They couldn't afford that now, paying the stars $80 million a film. Yes, it's not going to make any money, is it? Hey, Franz, is this film actually, worth watching? It is. It is. I think it.
Put it on while you're tidying up your room.
Fantastic Four.
Right. It doesn't command your attention, right? In that sense, that you really need to pay attention. It's the most basic Fantastic Four adventure that you could ever imagine, but it's completely faithful to the origins of the characters and what they do.
Yeah, if you like the Flash TV show from back then, it's that level.
TV show. Oh yeah, the American Flash. I'm thinking of Flash Gordon. Sorry.
You were thinking of Flash Gordon, be honest.
Sorry. I think whenever I hear the word Flash, I just think Flash Gordon. Or even then it's the detergent, then it's the Flash.
Of course it is.
No? Yeah. The dude from Brushstrokes, what's his name?
Oh, Carl Howman.
Carl Bowman. Yeah.
Howman? Yeah.
Seen him on stage once. He was in the Mousetrap. I saw the Mousetrap in Glasgow. Yeah, because they did this. I think it was like a 50th anniversary of it. And they put it on tour.
Oh, nice.
For the first time ever, because it was always just in London.
Yeah, I saw it in London 25 years ago or something. Now.
Yeah, they come on and tell you not to tell anybody.
Yes, should we tell everyone? Yes.
It wasn't Carl Bowman though. He was innocent.
Okay. Spoilers.
Because he's going to be in the next one that you're going to see. Right?
If you look it up, what did Carl Howman play? He was the butler, right? Yeah, this mask is pretty good though. It does look, even though it's probably plastic, it does look metal. Spinning newspapers. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. Yeah, that could go either way, couldn't it? Is he going to be Victor Von Doom for like 45%, 95% of the film, and then get the mask right at the end?
No, he's Doctor Doom right away in this.
It's no origin story then. No, not in this. Downey Jr.
Sorry. Oh, but you think it was Downey Jr.?
Oh yes, I forgot about. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Captain America with Red Brown on his motorbike. Back in the 70s. I watched the 70s Spider-Man when it was out. But I don't think I ever watched it.
What was the reason for not giving him the mask again? And giving him a motorbike helmet? That just looks stupid.
But then they did the same thing in Incredible Hulk TV show with Thor. He was just, yeah, he wasn't even.
Was that
He wouldn't
the
recognize him as.
Return of the Incredible Hulk?
Yes, that's it. And
Yeah,
then there was a
that's
Doctor
cool.
Strange film from the 70s as well. That's quite weird. That's fairly
Yeah,
as well.
I know. Nothing beats Nicholas Hammond as Spider-Man. That's the best. It's like a boring.
Someone's pulling
It's
up.
like a boring like American show, and then there's like Spider-Man for 2 minutes. You're like, oh, fucking Spider-Man. That's
yes.
it.
There was, the VHS is go for £100 of that show now. Makes me think people complain about Michael B. Jordan from Creed being Johnny Storm because he was black. Yes. Shame, he's a good actor and cocky enough to be Johnny Storm.
But that's what I mean. If this was a pilot, you could have brought back Nicholas Hammond. You could have brought back Lou Ferrigno.
Yes.
You could have quite easily this week. Spider-Man, just like, oh.
Yeah, it wouldn't cost. They wouldn't cost much an episode.
It wouldn't have cost nothing. Those guys would be happy to do it. I mean, they weren't making Hercules movies in the 90s,
Yeah. Because so I'll put the link in again.
Kevin Sorbo.
This is a worth watching copy. Now they've remastered it. Yes, definitely for sure. But yeah, you are right. It used to be a copy of a copy of a copy of a VHS when I first watched it. You couldn't tell what was going on.
For the Marvel one, they'll probably release it on Disney Plus.
They're trying to. Well, in that documentary, they said Dr. Doom actor said he would gladly redo all his lines if they're going to do a re-release.
Yeah, they should do that for him at least because
they could include it as an extra.
That's one of the biggest hang-ups about Doctor Doom is he can't make it a word he's saying. He's just like, you're like, whoa.
The next train leaving from platform 1.
But you can see the guys putting these all into it.
He is, yes. And then because he expected to do with the ADR after it's finished, but he never got the chance. I'm probably one of the few people that enjoyed the Trust Tank. No, see, there you go. That's the. It's not terrible. It's just you can obviously see the flaws.
Did he also make that film with like Al Capone shit in the bed?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he had that low budget film before that, didn't he? With the 4 kids that get, or 3 or 4 kids that get superpowers. Low budget, and it was very good, and that's why I thought Fantastic Four. And then he made Fantastic Four serious. And then Iron Man came out, didn't it, or something? And then everyone thought, oh, we need to do funny now.
Yeah.
Is there only like 6 comic book fans that admit to liking? Oh, come on. Oh, generally warms his heart.
Here we go. This is where the powers start to appear.
Yes, and yeah. Sue, where are you? I can't see you. And then
yeah,
I think she's invisible, but she's hiding really, as well.
They really splashed out on the special effects on this one.
Yes, I think RDG. Yeah, for the $100+ million he's getting for 2 films, he should do a good job.
How much is he getting?
It's over $100 million for doing the 2 films, plus extras. He gets a campsite of trailers. He got the directors back, the Russo brothers. That's the only reason he would do it. And they get $80 million for doing the 2 films, and then they get cut of the profits if it does well. And
no,
yeah, Franz is here all week.
Yeah, going from like having small parts in US Marshals and stuff like that to that.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Downey Jr. was struggling. It's like, when he was on Ally McBeal, he was like,
yes.
Downey Jr.
Gothica. Let's see if I can. Oh, there it is.
Because it's like he's been to that Charlie Sheen mountain, hasn't he? And he's like managed to climb down.
Yes. Oh, kiss, kiss, bang, bang. They brought him back. Yeah, there you go. Gothica with Halle Berry.
Gothica.
And there he is. Very small picture of him.
Oh yeah, Gothica as well. Forgot about these films. All the
All the
superheroes.
superheroes are supposed to be rubbish, and my general
Oh,
favorite is Daredevil, Ang Lee's Hulk, Batman Forever, Superman 3. Shows how messed up I am.
I need to watch Ang Lee's Hulk again. Daredevil, I was like, I liked Colin Farrell as the
Yeah, he was good.
Bullseye. And
I
I did like the scenes earlier with Matt Murdock and his dad, but I don't know. I didn't like the Ben Affleck part. Nothing against Ben Affleck.
Well, the director's cut was a bit better because it was a bit more serious.
I've never seen it. And Michael Clark Duncan is the kingpin. No, just didn't suit him.
Yeah, he doesn't seem he can be that nasty. Not like
No.
Mario. Hey, Chronicle. That was
if it was Samuel Jackson doing it, it would have been amazing.
Yeah, I'd be worried for people. Yes, it might be 100 million for one film. Who knows? But yeah, that's the rumors. He's getting a shit ton of money just to come back.
Yes. But that's years of work, though, and he's gonna go out and promote that shit for all that time as well, right? Well, that's all he's allowed to talk about or not talk about, depending on where the.
Yeah, he's not been. Well, he thought Dr. Dolittle was to be the mega hit after Endgame.
But that's the thing. It's like I said about this one. Hold on, I'll show you.
See this. Robert Downey surely on less than Dickinson. Yeah, Nicholson got
telling Gareth before the start of the show. This film, it's called She's Back.
Oh yes, now I recognise it.
You recognise it? Yeah, it's got Carrie Fisher in it. This film came out like 4 years after like the Return of the Jedi, and it's like that's it. The franchise films don't make people into stars.
No, it was like Slipstream with Mark Hamill. That was advertised as the new Star Wars, and it's a good film now, but back then I was very disappointed in it.
I mean, even Harrison Ford after Star Wars, he was in a couple of flops.
The film's good. He's good, but yeah, like
he was in like that film Heroes. It was a minor part in that film Heroes with Henry Winkler.
Oh yeah,
I think it came out just about the same time as Star Wars. And then there was like the Frisco Kid, Force 10 from Navarone. What's that other one? Is it Hangover Street or something like that?
Oh yes, Hanover Street and
Hanover Street, yeah, and that's what I mean. It was flop, 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 flop. Indiana, but he went, he hit the jackpot again though. Yeah. And I think that's what made him a movie star. It was Indiana Jones, not Han Solo.
Definitely.
I would say because I don't think these franchises, once they've established like this is going to go on and on and on, it's like you're a soap actor. You may as well
I think Mark Hamill had Corvette Summer, didn't he? And Big Red one after Star Wars.
Yeah,
Mark Hamill. They're good films.
But put him in Luke Skywalker's fucking. There you go, $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Downey Jr.
It must be so overwhelming to be that kind of actor that you go throughout the world and it's like everybody recognizes you, but at the same time you can't really do anything else but play that character.
That's what people want to see, isn't it?
Yeah. Or Ian Beale walk down the street and you're just like, fuck you, Ian Beale. Right? Because that's what they do to the guy. He gets harassed.
Poor bastard. But then he counts the money. Terrence would have enjoyed Daredevil if they cut out the Ben Affleck parts, indeed.
I don't know, but it's been so long. I seen it at the theatre. I had a choice of that or Undercover Brother, and I wish I went to see Undercover Brother instead of Daredevil. Sorry. Let's get in a fight over Undercover Brother. Who likes mayonnaise the most?
I always forget Robert Downey Sr. was a director, yes. And he was the one that started Downey Jr. on drugs when he was about 10.
Is it not what was that? Is he not in a film that his dad directed when he was a kid?
He just made a film about his dad, hasn't he? A documentary or something.
I think so. But it was about like people in a dog pound. Like the people were the dogs in a dog pound. or something. I've never seen it, but that's the only one I can think of.
Yeah. I believe
Maybe
the
a short
person who
film or a
turned most from the
feature
movie is
film, I'm
probably
not
Alec
sure.
Guinness. Ah, yes. Star Wars with his percentage deal kept on paying. Yes. I wonder who's collecting Alec Guinness's money now.
Yeah. Certain people didn't take it though, did they? I think it was David Prowse or someone that was like, "Oh, I didn't go for that."
Mm.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite superhero? Oh, Batman 2 or Batman 8, Superman 2 or Batman 89.
I suppose if you're the dude playing Chewbacca and you're Alec Guinness could afford to take points, right? Because it's like, hey, look at this Chewbacca. I'll pay this amount of money to be in Star Wars, or we'll pay you less and you get points. It's like,
Yeah, I guess
I want the money now. I need the money now.
I guess
Alec Guinness is doing all
Alec
right.
Guinness dies in this one. My character doesn't die in the first one.
Yeah.
They still came back twice. I don't know what is more amazing. Alec Guinness made a film in Stoke, or was it in one of my favorite horrors, Mute Witness? What's wrong with Stoke? Apart from it's on Trent. Oh yeah, tell him Freddie sent you. This film isn't that bad, though. It isn't. There you go. Someone else.
It's serviceable.
Apart from this jeweler character that seems to be filler.
Yeah, that's to get it to a feature length, because it's just like we're going to get captured by Doctor Doom, and then we're going to defeat Doctor Doom. That's the movie. But everything else that happens in it is just like, it's just that's what I mean. It's a 30-minute TV episode at best, and that would have been fine, and it would have been easier for them because then they wouldn't have as much work to do.
Oh, there you go. David Prowse chose poorly.
Oh, you got fucked, man. George Lucas. I watched the thing about David Prowse, like his whole documentary, and George Lucas apparently set him up. He's promised him that he was going to be unmasked as Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was some other dude.
Yeah. So yeah, some other dude gets the 5 minutes of fame, and yeah,
He gets to have the actual scene as well. That's the thing. It's an actual drama there. Which I think that I don't know. I would kind of give him that, man.
Yeah, because
even with his crazy accent,
Yeah. All right, my dear. I want that ship. That's going into diplomatic immunity. I can't do Bristolian now. All right, my babas.
Who's the dickhead now?
Me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, I want that ship, not excuses, eh?
I know if Dr. Impossible was here, he would disagree. He doesn't like Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh, what? I forgot about that.
Or not that he doesn't like it, but he felt it was an inferior sequel.
Well, it is a different film, isn't it?
To the first film.
Not wrong with Stoke. I was born there. There you go. I couldn't find it on a map, but what was the film Alec Guinness made in Stoke? A great film called called The Card, Andy. Oh, here we go. What's happening? Yeah, so they're interfering with this blind woman. To put it mildly. In 2005, I was 1 year old when they made the Fantastic Four. I do like Rise of Silver Surfer as well. That was good. Bloody hell. 1 year old in 2005.
When I was 1 year old, do you know what happened on that day? Richard Pryor set himself on fire. I found that out weirdly. It's like when I was 1 in 1980. That's
another young person. Get off.
Richard Pryor.
Was it? Because David Prowse came back. Maybe he knew that there wasn't going to be anything after Jedi, so he could say, fuck George Lucas. You can rest your finger on the chat as Myers isn't here yet. I don't know who Joseph Quinn is. I've seen his picture saying he's going to be Johnny Storm, but I don't know. I only know was it Kirby and Pascal? I didn't know who the other two were. They play the thing and everything. I'm guessing the thing is going to be CGI anyway.
No, don't give us a CGI thing. I like the guy in the suit, man.
Well, this one, yeah.
I thought the one in the 2005 didn't look too bad.
No, that was a real suit. Same as this one there. Well, was it most of the budget on the suit? But it does work because he's got like radio-controlled lips and eyes and eyebrows. What? Keep it clean. He accidentally blabbed, and that sealed his fate with Lucas. There you go. That was David Prowse again. Do you like the Fantastic Four cartoons?
Oh, very much. That was my introduction to them. We had a show up here in Glasgow called Glenn Michael's Cavalcade. They would show bits of Fantastic Four cartoons. I was like going to say Fast and the Furious there.
Nice. Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Before I go, I'm going to give you a proper watch. What's worse, this film or Battlefield Earth? I've never seen Battlefield Earth.
I like them both. Battlefield Earth has its value. It's terrible, but it's not boring. I think Battlefield Earth is actually an entertaining movie if you can stand all the Dutch angles like, throughout the movie. Just like, you know. I'm sure Jean-Luc Godard loved it. I'm sure he was like, "Oh, that's the most arty thing ever."
Of course, David Prowse was the Green Cross Code man, wasn't he? So we got to see his face. He was also the one that bulked up Christopher Reeve for Superman. Got him in shape.
Saved a lot of lives, that guy, man. David Prowse. Think about it. The Green Cross Code.
Still got
did more than we've done, right? He went out there and stopped kids from getting run over by tractors.
Oh, that's a shame. What was Prowse? Yes, I remember him now. Clockwork Orange. The tall guy.
God bless that cat, though. See that Charlie Says? God bless that cat.
Charlie Says.
No strangers, that one.
But yeah, well, back in early 80s in my small village, Darth Vader turned up at the toy shop. Now, I don't think it was Prowse, but who knows?
Yeah. But that must have blew your mind.
Mm.
I mean, I've walked around Glasgow and there's been stormtroopers and stuff. And, even though, like, I know they're not real, it takes you out of life for me. But there was one I saw where there was a guy playing the bass. It was on Instagram. And he was playing Rage Against the Machine on the bass as Darth Vader, and it was a good costume.
Right, hang on.
I don't know what country it was in.
We've got some interference. Hang on a second. Oop. Something's going on. Greetings, Mr. Hyde White.
What are you guys doing?
Oh my goodness.
We're watching a certain film with you in.
First time you've seen it?
I've seen it before. Back in the old days, before it was digitized properly.
You brave lad. Oh, yeah, you got yourself a good copy, did you?
Oh, it's free on YouTube. Someone has remastered it for you.
Yes, good. There you are.
Well, I can't show
so what can you tell us about the new Fantastic Four movie? What have you heard?
I'm going to shoot my part in Stirling.
Oh, nice.
Where are you at?
Glasgow.
All right.
Weston-super-Mare.
Weston-super-Mare. I was just in Glasgow for 2 weeks. I walked the British Open. Here's my shirt.
Nice. Yeah.
And
I was going to work. There was a lot of tourists in town.
Played a bit of golf in Carluke, and then we went out to the islands in the Hebrides to South Uist.
Oh,
nice.
It was lovely. 2 weeks in Scotland. Yep, it was great.
Terrific. Well, Mr. White, is that right?
Hyde White.
Near enough.
Can I use your first name? Can I call you by your first name?
Yes.
Alex, love Biggles, by the way.
Yes, I love Biggles.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys knew about that one. Good. Yeah, Biggles was fun.
Yeah.
Peter Cushing's last film.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah. I
Well,
was wondering because
you guys weren't born when it was out, but you saw it when you were.
oh
Oh
no,
no, I was
1979, my man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when did we
No.
make that? I think it was released in 86, I think it was. Yeah.
86.
We had a royal premiere with Prince and Princess of Wales at the Odeon Leicester Square. It was lovely.
Nice.
Have you guys seen my book? It's out. I think it's out in England. In the volume, I wrote my memoirs and a lot of stories about my days in England that you'd enjoy.
Okay.
Awesome.
Check it out.
Yeah.
I'll do your show.
Thank you.
And I'll hold up a copy of the book.
You may do so, and I will promote it gladly.
Yes, you will.
Terrific.
I'll try and get a copy before we speak.
Yeah, good. Okay. It's easy to get. Where is Weston-super-Mare? Is it off the M4?
It is Bristol. So
okay, out there Bristol way,
Bristol,
yeah.
Off the M5 at M4 junction.
Right, good. Yeah. How's Glasgow? Is it
it's a bit it's a bit run down these days.
It is. It seemed a bit grim. We went in on Saturday, walked around the university and whatnot. And then we went in, we took the train. We were staying out by the airport for a couple of nights in Paisley. So we took the train in just to go to the Nando near the train station. And that was nice. Yeah.
I'm glad you had a nice time.
Oh, it was lovely. It was 2 weeks. It was my boy's graduation present, sort of deferred from high school because he just graduated college last year. So we were able to spend the 2 weeks. We were down in Prestwick after the Open playing a bit of golf, and it was great. Yeah.
Elvis dropped in Prestwick briefly.
You know, it's funny you say that, Terence. We were staying at an old knocking shop called the Adamton Country House, which was an old industrialist's home that he built in probably a Victorian style in the late 1800s. And they added wings onto it to act as a dormitory for the RAF and the U.S. Air Force after World War II. So they were stationed at Prestwick, right? They have an old dial rotary phone at the bar there, which is Elvis's phone because he came through and stayed there for a few nights. Yeah. Yeah. So the legend lives on.
Nice.
The only time he's been in the UK as well was that airport in Prestwick. It's nuts.
Now who flies out of Prestwick? Ryanair flies, I think, don't they?
Must be.
Probably. I don't know. I've never used
it used to be before. It used to be you could take an American Airlines flight like from New York to Prestwick, but I think once the planes got bigger, it's yeah. But so what brings you two guys together? You found each other through fandom, or were you friends?
Yeah, YouTube.
We like the same
I was on someone else's stream and I saw him there, subscribed to his channel, and then went and watched it, and it was great.
And so
vice versa.
You're playing the what, Terence? You're a YouTuber streamer as well.
Yeah. I like to review mainly. I review any kind of films. You know.
Good.
And
now, so you're showing Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. Do you have any audience? Do you have a few people watching?
Yeah, there's people.
Oh, good. Well, is it on? Is it on while we're yakking, or am I yakking to them too?
Yeah,
they're hearing you. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, hey, thanks to everybody out there. Oh, there we go. Biggles is stupidly underrated. Yeah, it was also stupid, but it's okay. The flying stunts and John Anderson's song. It was really great, but it really epitomized the late '80s. It was just over the top and. It was a bit of a boondoggle, but it sure was fun to do. It was a sort of a version of Back to the Future in a way, having a Yank, drop in where he doesn't belong.
Was it long days on it? Was it long days?
Yeah, it was great. It was my first big role in a film, and Neil Dixon as well. He was a bit older, and we started with nights up in Northamptonshire. They had actually, dug those. The mud lines, the World War I lines in the mud. And so we were up there in Northamptonshire. And it was really neat. There was a Vietnam veteran American helicopter pilot named Mark Wolf. And he and I would fly around do the aerial shots. And then on my 25th birthday, they tied me rather loosely to the pylon on the helicopter just to get my close up. And Tower Bridge, it's the scene where we're spinning around Tower Bridge. And that was fun. I mean, that's once in a lifetime stuff. You either have to be a master thief or a lucky actor to get locations like that.
Yeah, it done quite well though, Biggles. I remember all the kids I used to play with back in those days. They all loved it. They were like, "Oh, that's really awesome."
It did well. I don't know. I think the producers, they must have had their finger in the till or something, because they were supposed to make more than one, but it ended up being a one and done, and it was a disappointing. Maybe not so much for me, but Neil Dixon deserved to have a run with it.
So many good fantasy films in the 80s, though. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
It must have been such a pure, like a meat market trying to fit them in.
It was playing with special effects, probably. There was dragons, and then didn't Dennis Quaid do a Enemy Mine? I think they were quite interesting films. You got the Fantastic Four on. I mean, that is a definition of analog filmmaking. Everything you see there, except for the obvious computer enhancements, they are real gags. Those are, I had a metal kind of tin contraption in my back to make it look like my arm stretched about 2 feet.
Nice.
And then they hired some fella to draw the rest of it. But it was, when was this? It was 93 we made it, and they were done with 94, and that was a good 6 years before the advent of digital video. So it's good. All you guys being film fans, I mean, you look at those old films and they're putting together like puzzles. You assemble the film, and so good. I hope you're.
Well, you done really well as Reed Richards, considering the limited time that you guys had to work on this film.
I did what?
Very impressed with what you did, man.
I did what as Reed Richards?
I was really impressed with your performance as Reed Richards, though. Gotta say, well done.
How kind of you. Thank you. It was intuitive. It was good casting. He's a good hero. Anytime you can play a hero who isn't a twat, you're okay. Yeah. It was fun, and the story keeps on getting better and better. My friend Joseph Culp, who is Dr. Doom, he took it upon himself a few months ago to try to bully Disney into releasing the original film. So he has a petition that's making the rounds.
Okay.
That I just signed on for. Maybe before we get on the show, you can look up. Yeah, it's on change.org. Dr. Doom challenging, people's fans.
They should also get on the loop his dialogue again, because they never got a chance to complete that for the.
No. And there was really never. That's when we knew. That's proof that the film, that even Roger didn't want to pay the 50 quid, to have
to get him in the studio that day. And
that was the only production. Well, I mean, that was a production flaw that was obvious, that we couldn't hear what the hell he was saying. So then, he moved his hands a lot. But
is that not kind of like, as I know, a common disappointment for Hollywood actors, especially with the pilots, when it's pilot season? And they make all these pilots, and some make it, some don't. But they sign you up to these fat contracts, don't they? Where it's like, if this gets picked up, then you're here with us for the next 3 years.
I mean, there's 7 years. There's far fewer now, but it used to be very much all the new shows that come out in September. But now it's year round. The networks obviously are a fraction of their audience because the streamers. But it's the maturation. Filmmaking has become, a democratic process. All you need is for Granny to buy you a camera at Christmas time, and then you can go around calling yourself Sam Spiegel. I mean, you can do whatever you want, which means that there's a lot of naff filmmaking out there. But it also means that if you do something good, even a short film, you have to work to try to find an audience. And so, it's very much niche market.
Yeah.
Very much, and it's up to guys like you around the world, guys and girls like you, to discover. That's why I try to go to the Sundance Film Festival every year. I love it up there because there's a sense of discovery. Yeah, you know, if I go again in January, I'll call in and I'll be your Johnny on the spot in Park City in September.
Okay.
You know,
Cool.
and no, I mean
It's a wonderful thing that Robert Redford, wasn't it, that started it?
That's it. He started it 40 years ago. He sold it. He now sold it, and he sold his mountain a couple of years ago. So that the festival's changing. So it has been changing ever since Apple TV and
of course,
you know, the Prime Videos and the Amazons came in. But you know, it's all evolution. I mean, we can't all live in the glory of the Reagan Thatcher days when Biggles was a good film. You know. Anyway, boys, enjoy.
I used to own it on video. I used to have like the one that they'd rent out. You know, that's what we're both geeks for that. Me and Gareth. It's all old 80s tapes and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a real boys' own film, and that's why I've been fortunate enough to work with Spielberg on 3 films because, you know, that's what he makes, boys' films. He makes films that the little boy in him to enjoy. Of course, you know, he's a flawless filmmaker. But I played young Sean Connery in the opening sequence of Last Crusade with the wonderful River Phoenix, and then 30 years later, I had a scene with Leonardo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can, playing the divorce lawyer who scares him away. Very much the same way that the young father scares Indy away. And I swear to God, boys, it was like having River Phoenix back because Leonardo was playing 17, and he had this sort of doe-eyed look about him, and it's really great to see that good work has a tendency to repeat itself in the culture, and whether it's on the Inside Out with me or you guys looking at, you know, you go back to see some of these films and you can see inspiration. I mean, Star Wars is a great example until they mucked about with that, but you know,
it must have been a great honor to work with Peter Cushing on
he was great. You know, he was a lovely fella and very spiritual. He had me out for dinner at his country home one night after the film, and very spiritual man. He missed his wife, who died like 20 years prior, so he lived a kind of shrine to her. But you know, very gracious. You know, get my book, lads. You'll enjoy it. Film. It's a trip through. It's like a time capsule of 80s, 90s up to 2000s. You know, I was in Jordan Peele's Nope a couple of years ago, and he's as good a filmmaker as anybody. And I was able to bring that kind of sense of longevity to my character, small character, but it was a complete character. And, you know, he was great, you know, to be rewarded. You know, it's a lonely profession being an actor, unless you have your own theater company. You know, and I when I was in England, obviously I knew a lot of English actors who always wanted to come to Hollywood, and they would come out for 3 weeks and then go back. And with a bit of luck, you know, they do something at the BBC or they do radio plays. And God bless them. I don't know how they hang on, but I feel that I've been able to not really work. I've enjoyed the life is the work. And when you get these moments, whether they are 6 weeks on Biggles or 3 days on Catch Me If You Can, or, you know, something in between, it's like being a mountain climber. You know, the only way you're going to get to the peak of the mountain is if you train and you know how to survive a fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, is it in the volume, My Life in
That's
TV
it.
and
My Life in Film and TV.
It's on Amazon. There's the link if anyone wants to grab it now.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Ian. Yes, lovely. In the volume. All right, I'll let you. In the volume is a modern day filmmaking phrase. It refers to the volume that is created in digital filmmaking, the digital space. It's like a court, a tennis court or a basketball court with like maybe 30 cameras around, and it's a finite amount of data that can be captured. And so if you're not in the shot, instead of saying, hey, okay, Alex, you know, you can go back to your trailer, all they have to say, Alex, step out of the volume. And so I thought in the volume is great because I've spent, you know, I probably spent, you know, 60, 70 days in the volume now, probably, I don't know, a few months in the volume and 44 years, you know, lurking around it. So it's, nice. I thought it was a great metaphor for a life as an actor.
Cool.
Amazing. Oh, it's so great to meet you. Oh,
Yeah,
well
thank you.
done.
Enjoy the rest of the film. Enjoy your show, and thanks to your fans for indulging me. And if we have any puff left, we'll get into your show whenever you guys are ready for me.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Well
Thanks
done.
for this. Thank
Bye.
you.
Ta.
Bye-bye. Bye.
That was a nice surprise. Thanks.
I was hoping he'd make it. He said he'd try and pop on and say hello.
Wow, well done.
There he is.
Yeah, Alan Tishmarsh. That's Empire that said that. You can go chase them.
Yeah, I don't see it. But yes, that was a treat. Hopefully you all enjoyed that, because he will be back. He said he'd come on for an interview as well, so I'll get some more time with him. But yeah, sorry I missed all your chat earlier, everyone. But so hello, Kel. And yes, we'll get to talk about, because he's in Kinjiti. He's in.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kinjiti is an underrated movie.
Yeah, I've got the soundtrack album for Biggles downstairs that I'll be showing off as well. But yeah, we go. Oh yeah, Biggles filmed in the time capsule of London. Yes, the Docklands, when it was not the Docklands as we know today, just a big open space. Yes, we are due a Biggles watch party, so there we go. I will have to set that up. But there we go.
I've seen it in a while.
Yeah, great sense of humor to get him on soon. He has some great stories, it seems. Yes, so check out his book so we can all say we've read it. It's just 500 pages. It's in English as well. And he is London born as well, so I got to chat to him about what he did there. He moved to Palm Springs in the 60s. That's a big difference from London.
It's probably exactly the same.
No, I kept it from him.
I had no idea, Andy. No idea. That was a neat surprise.
Yes. I was really hoping he'd make it. He said he could.
I would have pinned it up, man.
Sitting there with a bag of his booze. Who's this fucker? But yeah, we missed a big chunk of the film, but never mind. We got, because this the only bit we've missed is the Thing walking around New York, and they actually guerrilla filmed it by
That's right. No permit. They just went. The film was done and taken off them, but they still went out and started shooting stuff.
I thought you was going to say 500 pounds, 500 pages. Yes, it's only, if you want the Kindle, it's £4. Audiobooks £8. Hardcover or paperback is available. But I better see if I can get it quick. I think it might be soon.
But yeah, these are reused sets from Carnosaur that they're using here. I think it's the same set that they use for Doctor Doom, but they light it a different way and they change it, the camera angles.
Camera tricks. Yeah.
Because it's like, Roger Corman, come on. You know?
Yeah. He was known as, I guess he was no one seemed to have a bad word against him, but yeah. He did pay his people more than it was due. More than some, but yeah.
He gave people work, man. That's what he did. You know?
Yeah.
The truth is that Roger Corman could have been a great director, but he didn't see the value in making prestigious movies for him. He tried it and it didn't work out, and he went, "Fuck it, I'm just going to make biker movies and whatever's
money,
you know, exploitation movies."
But yeah, so there we go.
Because there's money. That's it. It's instant money. With you make a great prestigious movie that was good in 1970. That's like finally getting discovered on Blu-ray. You know, there's something kind of tragic in that. See, when you see a film like Possession and you go, nobody gave a shit about this movie when it came out, but now we're all like, oh, that's a masterpiece.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad. The movie should have been celebrated when it was out.
Yep. I was just looking up today, Empire Strikes Back, the reviews that came out there. They were very harsh. And people coming out of the cinema saying it was rubbish, it was dark, and I didn't like the cliffhanger ending. And
Yeah, they took some chances with it, though.
Mm.
They could have just gave us The Force Awakens, right? And we would have been happy.
So what's happening? I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, the blind girl's dressed as
still padding out the film. Yeah, he captures the Thing's girlfriend for no reason. There's no rhyme or reason. This is Queen.
I was trying to work it out. Watch.
And it's like, what a coinkydink.
So, producer Roger Corman in 1994 seemed to have. Let's have a count. It's Blood Fist 5, Human Target, Carolyn at Midnight, Revenge of the Red Baron, One Man Army, Pointer's Deduction, which was Body Chemistry 3, Dinosaur Island, The Unborn 2, Saturday Night Special, Demon Keeper, The Fantastic Four, Reflections on a Crime, Angel of Destruction, No Desert Till You've Mown the Lawn, Munchies Strike Back, Cheyenne Warrior, The Liars Club, New Crime City, Midnight Tease, In the Heat of Passion 2, which is subtitled Unfaithful, Watchers 3, Blood Fist 6, Ground Zero, The Crazy Sitter, and that was it. Yeah, that's all the films he was producing or executing.
He was slacking off, wasn't he?
So, yeah, he had his hands full with making films.
Yeah, and we wonder why the Fantastic Four film has bad dubbing. It's like, yeah, spread yourself so thin. But you think of the percentage of people that are probably involved in all those movies. Some of those guys are probably still out there making good films, right? It was like a university of making movies for people.
Yeah, it was very good on-the-job training, wasn't it?
Yep. Definitely.
Because Jim Wynorski was still making Munchies Strike Back.
Because the last one I think he directed was Frankenstein Unbound with Raul Julia and Professor Macabro.
John Hurt
says that's great.
I haven't seen that since its VHS days.
That was his last directorial film, I think.
Let's have a look. I keep forgetting he was a director. He's only directed 56 films, produced 500. Oh, there is a director.
Do you think Stan Lee knew it was going to be sold to? This was just a scam to get the.
He was
the rights,
dissing it, wasn't he? He went to set and then was dissing it on interviews, saying it's going to be rubbish. Don't.
Yeah, he probably knew about it.
Yeah,
he probably told Stan, "They're like, look, this guy's doing it for this reason."
But yeah, he was acting in. Was he in?
It's so cynical, but hey, we're watching it. We're actually getting to see this. We're not getting to see Batgirl. That's got Michael Keaton playing Batman in it.
Yeah, that would have made its budget back at least on streaming.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Exactly.
I don't care how crap it is. It's got Michael Keaton playing Batman in it. What the fuck?
He's my Batman. Get away.
I know. They denied.
Andy showing up on the stream was better than the film. Thanks, Bob. I love Roger Corman and Cannon, but most people think Cannon films are like Roger Corman films. Yeah, they're both known for
cutting corners.
Yeah, but Roger Corman at least pays the people that work for him.
Look at Dr. Doom, though. He looks brilliant.
Yeah, they're shooting at him, and he's got
bullets are bouncing right off him.
Yeah. Right, I've got to try and get this book now. But there we go. Yeah, it just brushes them off. Because it never explains what happened to him, does it? He got electrocuted. They, for some reason, pretended he was dead. And then he comes back 10 years later.
Back.
Yeah.
But that's canon. Just because they haven't explained this that stuff that's happened in between,
if you watch
it's all
Exterminator
canon.
2.
I thought that was going to be a ray gun, and it was just a regular pistol.
Yeah, he brings it out saying,
I was like,
got
oh,
this."
he's got a ray gun. Excellent. No,
Pew, pew, pew.
it's just a pistol. He's like, fuck off.
Oh, yeah, now people are getting killed in this film now. I do not condone this.
Yeah. Cover your eyes.
Yeah. Because what was
this movie, I need you to see this. She's back. It's absolutely terrible.
YouTube, so I'll probably find it.
If it's not, I will send it down to you anyway at some point. It's a Vestron video. Oh yeah, I forgot they did them diagonally. The titles on the Vestron.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, The Shadow came out in '94.
Oh yeah, that's decent.
Yeah, Russell McCauley, or whatever his name is. Let's have a look. So what else? Superhero came out in '94. Clobbering time, and he actually means it this time apparently. They got.
He says it like 3 times in this, doesn't he? Yeah, that he just changed. It's like I'm actually like bigger.
So we got Maverick, Street Fighter, The Crow, Time Cop. A few comic book movies came out in '94. On Deadly Ground, The Shadow. There it is. I think that's it. A version of Frankenstein.
I just hope they don't mess with Doctor Doom's story too much. But the thing is he's a character who keeps his face covered all the time.
Well, exactly. How?
And now you're paying a guy $100 million to play that.
That's why I think he probably won't be in the mask that much.
Yeah, which is a bit of.
And if he's supposed to be burnt, that's why he wears the mask. Then he's going to be in lots of makeup.
According to Jack Kirby, he's just got a scar on his chin.
That's what I thought.
If you look up Jack Kirby, Doctor Doom, he'll explain it.
Leprechaun 2
Doctor
came out.
Doom he's lost his mind.
Yeah. I haven't watched Freddy Got Fingered yet. No one's given me a good reason to. But one night I probably will.
It's a classic one.
There you go. And White Chicks.
Absolutely. Was it? You want to fuck me? Come on, fuck me, fuck it. What's his name? Rip Torn. Rip Torn's amazing in that film, man.
Okay. I'll watch it. Yeah, did Canon release their films, but then they advertised films that they were never got made, and took the money.
Well, like Spider-Man and what's the other one that we're going to make?
Yes.
That one with Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, the Brada. No.
Yeah, yeah. They all look good.
Hang on, they're not in the costumes yet. Where's the costumes? I thought they had the costumes by now.
Yeah, she's made them all costumes.
Yeah,
and
hers fits very well.
She's a girl.
She's just that's her thing for the class. She can sew. Anytime someone mentioned Time Cop, I remember my mate saying he was trying to watch it in the pub once with the sound off, and the guy behind the bar changed channel halfway through. Ah, gotta love some Time Cop. Dr. Doom and Iron Man had the same issue where you can't see the actor's face. Oh yes, the Iron Man may get around it by showing the helmet, POV style. Yes, they can't do that with Dr. Doom. That's a good point. Yeah, even though he was in the suit, he was still face on the screen, wasn't he? For 4 films, 5, 6, 7, 8 films.
Yeah, quite a lot of it is just Robert Downey Jr.'s head floating around.
Yeah, it is. Now you think
Even
about it.
Spider-Man and Don Cheadle, where it's
Yep.
like there's Don Cheadle just like floating there.
Dead
All
stick,
this, like-
dead stick.
There we go. Look at that though. That looks perfect. That's the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
You know, it
costume- you just said
it doesn't lie.
A 90s film. Comic accurate costumes is what they went for back then.
Because it was. I mean, how long did it take until the Punisher had a skull on his chest?
Yeah, because Dolph did it, what, 89, 90?
Yeah, that always confused me. It's like you've got this really iconic symbol, use it, you know?
Yeah, and it took till...
Because it's going to cost people a fortune to use it in years to come, right?
You can chuck it on, no trouble.
Yeah. I don't mind the Punisher, the Dolph Lundgren movie. It's all right.
There you go. 2 words. Rip Torn is the reason to watch. Pretty got a finger. 2 reasons. I do like some Rip Torn. Oh yeah, Kane Hodder said it's hard to play Jason because his face is covered and he doesn't speak. Yeah, 2 things that actors need to see what their emotions are and to hear what they sound like.
But that's the thing. It's Downey Jr. and it. They've got to sell him. They've got to sell this to the Chinese as well, and they love Iron Man and all.
Oh, there you go. I thought that was going another way, but it's not. Yeah, Hardware and Dust Devil are 2 of the shittest films I've ever seen. The best thing about Hardware is the quad poster. What was harsh?
Oh, I love Dust Devil. I've still not seen all the hardware, but I love Dust Devil.
They are low budget sci-fi, but they're pretty good. Was it Richard Burke? Robert Burke. RoboCop 3 was in Dust Devil, wasn't he? Filmed in South Africa again. With was it Chelsea Tuesday?
It was filmed in Dust Devil was filmed in Namibia. It wasn't
just Africa, not.
It is in Africa, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. Is it Hardware that was filmed in South Africa, or was that filmed in somewhere else? And then he did. Was that Nicolas Cage one? The Color
Space.
Yes, that was his most recent one. I think he's crowdfunding again, but I'm not a fan of the director as much. That's why I haven't asked him on. Does have a sweet post, yeah, but like the Terminator head rip off.
Dust Devil was a cracking movie, though.
Yeah, I rented that back in the day. I saw it many times. Oh, there's Doctor Doom. See, look, that costume.
It fell under the weight of what's his face though, Harvey Weinstein. Dust Devil. It was, yeah, because I think the Americans got hit with a really truncated cut of it. I think we got a longer cut, but there is a director's cut of it. But it got heavily edited by him just to be a dick.
Yeah, because it's obviously trying to make it into either a horror film or a sci-fi action film. And it's neither. The Fantastic Four film was a million times better than I remember. Yes, this one does look better. Yeah, because seeing this remastered, someone must have done a lot of work to make it look this good. Because it was just doing. You could get bootlegs in the 90s at comic markets and stuff like that, which were just VHS copies.
Yeah, I remember being in a comic shop where somebody said something about it existing, and I was like, that can't be real. And they were just explaining this.
Members of the cast saw them at the Comic Cons they were at and think, hang on, this never got released. Have you got a VHS copy of this? And he bought it for like $10. Yeah. And then we get the special effects are starting to kick in with the.
There we go.
The green rays.
Oh. How can you be so dumb?
Oh, he's sneaking his leg out to kick the ray. Nice.
Let's go for a pee, but this bit's so.
We're in the
That's
last
great.
10 minutes. Piss back in the bottle. Scottish style. Oh, and yeah, it's bubble time. I had a few seconds behind on my copy. The flying. Flame on. It's a flamer. Oh. He's got the blue underpants on. that is true. Dr. Doom has a similar costume to the host of Atmosphere board game. Gareth thought it amazes me how you managed to get in contact with all these movie stars and choices. Then they give you a address. I'm such a nice man. I know where the bodies are buried. One of them. Although I did mess up. I did send the Repo Man VHS to the Missing in Action writer this week, so not all good. But I have just bought Biggles on VHS to get signed. Oh yeah, here comes the special effects, which, even though it's animation, he does save the day. Doom. Yeah, it was great when you could get bootleg copies at the car sale. They didn't even care if they got caught selling them.
Who's going to do them for it? That is the thing, though. It's like
stuff like, was it Clockwork Orange? You couldn't get in UK. Exorcist, Proper Evil Dead,
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, there was plenty of titles they could make money off.
You just go down the flea market though, and they've got them all there.
Not the best quality, but
Necromantic and what was the other one? Fucking so many. Driller Killer. That was always the one that you always went, oh, Driller Killer, that'll be crazy.
Will it though? Will it?
Oh. Can't believe it. On your recent video though, Extras a 15 on DVD now.
Yeah,
so giving birth to grown men is just
yeah. I guess
family entertainment.
I guess so. It doesn't because wasn't it a Video Nasty? Was I just misremembering?
It was. I think so.
Kind of the unrelated sequels, isn't it? 2 and 3. But I thought, no, Extras infamous. How can it be a 15? Surely,
what was the one they were going to bring out, and it was like E.T. the Extraterrestrial Nasty. It was as if someone was actually going to like make a film. I think it was a film, but they were going to change its title to Extraterrestrial Nasty, and then they just scrapped the idea. But the video cover still exists, you know. And I think it is an alien horror film that just came out under a different name eventually.
Right.
You know, but at the time, and I think because of the press and the pressure on video distributors, they all just kind of, you know.
Yeah. So Extra 1, it has strong sex and horror, but it's a 15. Extra 2, the second encounter, contains strong sex, strong violence and horror, and Extra 3 is an 18. So I don't know how bad that is.
Yeah, but it's you have to like pay to get it recertified, don't you? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to release this copy of Last House on the Left. Well, it needs to go through the censor again. We pay them to do that so we can release it. That's how it works, isn't it?
And one scene.
Do you know what? Alien is a 15 now. The Terminator's a 15.
Yeah, Terminator's a 15. That was massively. Oh my god! Keep this away from kids. Selling mace. I remember being about put on the street, and the guy would sell a load of pirate VHS tapes for the latest movies that were on the cinema. They were terrible canned copies. The canned copies of the olden days. Sequel baiting. I watched Driller Killer with my dad once, and he said it must be They must be desperate to make films. Well, it took 3 years to make Driller Killer, didn't it? And it's not that nasty apart from that one scene. That's when I watched it. The average 15-year-old today has taken drugs, had numerous sexual partners, and watches porn on Twitter. It shows a comedy to them now. Sad times, but true.
Yeah, it's on Nickelodeon now.
But here we go. Johnny Storm saving the day.
Yeah, a big special effects shot. And this was after Lawnmower Man.
They seem to get the physics right, though, so it's not too bad. Yep, E.T. Nasty is just another film with a different name.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
even like, I think they even spoofed the cover for E.T. with the fingers pointing and all that.
Not my finger.
Oh, here comes the money shot.
I'm going to go widescreen for this one.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the stream, so even if they
Yeah, this is the best shot in the film, isn't it?
Ben Grimm's line here is also not dubbed, so it's his on-set voice.
I just think, let's call it a day. 30 years old, though. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is.
Still remember it. Oh,
here we go.
yeah. Why?
There is Mr. Alex Hyde White, who was on here earlier, waving goodbye to us. Bless him. Yeah, apparently a lot of the people on set, they were thought, what the fuck is that? So Dr. Doom and Victor Don Doom are Joseph Culp, which is not true. I guess, unless where's the Thing? I think the Thing had his own had his own credits.
Yeah,
but there we go.
And it's a breeze, right? Apart from those jeweler scenes, that just sag. The movie's a breeze. It's over and done. You know,
they are giving it their all in this.
It's not Endgame. It's
half the length of Endgame, so you can watch this twice if you want. Awesome. I remember seeing the box at E.T. Nasty in my local video shop. I thought it looks amazing. Spoilers, it wasn't.
So have you got a live stream on tomorrow?
It depends. I gave it as an option to Mr. Alex Hyde White earlier. I think it might be too soon now. So I'm not free tomorrow.
What, to watch Biggles?
Well, yes, now I have to get into research mode. Now he's agreed to come off. I have to watch all his films. But yes, I'm back on Saturday with Jeff talking Married with Children. And then at the moment, it's Brannigan on Monday.
Brannigan. John
Wayne in London.
Yeah.
That classic. And then Grease 2 is back on for Tuesday.
Excellent.
The other one I like? Oh, no, it's not it.
Reproduction. I know.
Very.
I remember when someone told me there was a Grease 2. I said they were lying. They were like, they're just lying.
Exactly.
There's no such thing.
That's what I
used to get kids at school that would say, like, "Oh, I've seen Total Recall 2," and you're like, "What?" They just make stuff up. So I just thought Grease 2 was one of them movies, and no, it was real. I couldn't believe it.
So yeah, there you go. Brannigan is awesome, and I don't care what anyone says. Savoy is right there. Look at that. I'm gonna pin that on every stream.
What's that? Did they not make like a TV movie version of like Splash 2 as well?
Yes, the Splash 2, Jerk 2, Mannequin 2, all unrelated.
Yeah. All these like sequels that are kind of buried.
Oh, yes, there's going to be a live action kid show. So we're going to be talking all the 80s live action TV shows that were on British made.
All right.
So like, yes, Super Grand will be
Henry's Leg.
Exactly. I don't know. They've got this long list of stuff we're going to go through that I've mostly never heard of.
Lion Witch of the Wardrobe. Fucking, what's that?
Yes, people
Rent
still
a Ghost.
Rent a Ghost. Mr. Claypole.
I think one of the best ones was Maid Marian.
Yes, that was very well received, wasn't it? Be woke
Mhm.
now, but yeah. I guess live action kid show would Funhouse, Joshy's Giants, Grange Hill, exactly that sort of thing. Thank you, Terence and Gareth for stream, especially the movie star guest appearance. Yes, that was very great of him.
Excellent, Gareth. That was a brilliant surprise.
I was really hoping he was going to come on, because I was thought, oh shit, getting over the hour mark, not much long left. Could he turn up at the end? I was going to tell you after the end of the stream.
Yeah, but the good thing is that we were getting bored with that jeweler, so he came in at the right part, and then we got to see the Fantastic Four doing their stuff. Because that's the movie, isn't it? Really, it's really not racing towards that 90-minute mark.
Yeah, it was nice to see his garage and talk about Scotland of all things. Scotland the Brave. Where did they get in the World Cup? I forget.
Don't ask me. I don't give a shit. I think I made my point when you were watching that movie.
Yeah,
Victory.
Brannigan is good. Love the pub brawl scene. Yes, Tony Robinson gets thrown in the Thames, doesn't he? I think it's Tony Robinson in Brannigan.
Tony Robinson's in Brannigan?
Yeah. Shit. Before Baldrick. It would have generally thrown me. I didn't recognize him from Biggles at first. I would have had to leave the country or something. Exactly. How dare you, sir? It's funny how many people like Grease but hate Grease too.
That's his signature movie to me. I mean, when I seen this, I was like, oh yeah, but the guy from Biggles.
Same with when I saw Last Crusade when it first came out. So I was naming the titles, and then of course he doesn't physically appear. I think a lot of his scenes were cut. Or one major scene was cut that he did with see his face. But then they dubbed him and just had his hand in Greek.
Yeah.
But we'll see when he comes on. Anyway, thank you, Terence. I know you need a pish.
Yeah.
So we'll say good night. See you next time, everyone. Thanks for everyone for joining us.